Do you get stuck this time of year and you don't really know what you're going to do for 2024? Well, in this video, I'm going to share with you my starting point when starting scrapbook layouts. Hello there, I'm Julie. In this video today, I'm going to use inspiration from the Close to My Heart catalog. This is the brand new one. It is the January-February catalog. I'm going to pull out the stamp of the month, and I'm going to kind of tweak this layout right here. Now, if you look at the layout very quickly, they have used the mix-in paper pack. They've used the bluebird colors. And for my layout here, I'm kind of wrapping up and starting 2024. And I pulled the Periwinkle colors. I just felt that with these random photos that I've selected, it kind of looked nice. And it reminded me of winter here in Canada. Although we haven't had a lot of snow until just now. At the time that I'm filming this video, we are being hit by a pretty big storm. But until then, we hadn't had any snow. It was a green Christmas and a green New Year's. I have a few photos here documenting how 2024 is going to shape up for me this year. Of course, we started the morning with no snow. It is a big deal here in Canada. We toasted the new year with my mother-in-law, and of course, we brought back the Christmas bum cookies. I will talk about that later. And here I've started a new hobby. It is new to me, and this was my first 1,000-piece puzzle. And you know what? I really like it. It's a really nice and relaxing hobby. And here, in the true form of the Irish tradition, I am letting in 2024 and hoping that it's going to be a good year for me and for you. Let's get started, and I'm going to cut some of my pieces. Now you can see right away that I did take a different direction from the photos here because these are the photos that I wanted to document, but I think I will be true to how they started this layout. So they started this layout with this pattern paper. Let me move this out of the way for you. And it's a really nice grounding paper. Of course, we're going to hollow that out. And then here I'm going to frame that with the dark side of Periwinkle. Here they have Bluebird. And then I've got white. I know that I want to use the stamp of the month. And I'm going to bring in this mix-in as well. I did cut these numbers on my Cricut, and I will put the font down in the description below. You just have to click the More button to see all of the information regarding this layout right here. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to prepare the bases. Let's talk about some of the decisions that have been made so far. I know that I want to scrap lift this layout right here. I know I want to use the stamp of the month. And I went ahead and I picked Periwinkle for my color. I did use the mix-in papers here, and I did audition all of my photos against them, and I just felt that the Periwinkle was nice and light, and it kind of grounded everything and brought all of these random photos together. So basically what I did here is I prepared the bases. Let me show you. So this one here is one sheet of pattern paper. And then this one here is whatever accent you want to use. So this one here is cut at 11 by 11. And then I did hollow that out so that you see this pattern. You have a nice 1/2-inch border with that pattern. And then I'm going to bring in white. This one here measures 10 3/4 by 10 3/4 because I just want to see a tiny little bit of that Periwinkle. I did mat my photos, and you will notice that this mat here is a little bit bigger. And the reason for that is that I know I want to bring in this sheet of paper right here, and I want to have a little bit of separation between the pattern and the actual photos. So that's why I made them a tiny little bit bigger. I did cut my 2024 because I know that I want to document the starting of the year. This is using white cardstock and Periwinkle glitter paper because why not? And on this side here, we're just repeating the same thing. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to continue looking at this layout right here. And I'm going to die cut some of the same images. Now, when I first looked at this stamp of the month, I thought, oh, you know, I can pass on it. But then when I saw that it came with this pretty awesome die, I really like it. And I really like this one here, which is like a sheet of paper. And then you can stamp your lines, your numbers, your goals, whatever you want to do. And I just really liked it. So we're going to put it to good use today. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut myself a few of those, and we're going to distribute them on these 2 pages, and we're going to move on to the next step. I've gone ahead and I've die cut and stamped all of my embellishments or ephemera. And I don't know about you, but there's nothing more satisfying than using pretty much the entire stamp set. And I pretty much did that here today. I'm going to distribute them, and I'm going to use this as a reference. So let me bring that back into the frame for you. I'm going to use this layout here as my reference. And I started with these here. I started with the pattern paper. You don't have to stamp them. And look how cute that is when it's just die cut. So that's really sweet. So I'm going to pop this right here underneath. And then I've got one up here, and I'll show you why I decided to move that one up here in a moment. Well, definitely my photos are not the same, for one. And then this one here was the inspiration to add the 2024. So the best is yet to come. I thought that that looked really good right there at the top. And I'm going to add this here. Now, I think that my stamp set, something happened to it, because this is supposed to be a straight line, but you know what? I don't mind that it's wavy at all. I think that it gives it a lot of character. I am going to stay true to putting this down here at the bottom, and I'm going to write some journaling. And then I'm going to add this one here for goals. I think that that's a good spot for it as well. And I did do a second one here, and I don't know where to put that right just yet. So I'm going to set that to the side. And then I used just the die to create further embellishments for this page. I think you can see where I'm going with that. I'm going to tuck these in here and there just to give my page a little bit more interest. I'm going to add one here. So you've got that going on. And then I think I'm going to put one down here. So you've got that visual triangle. I'm distributing all of my embellishments. And then I'm going to add these little arrows. I think that that's nice because it's highlighting the best is yet to come. I'm going to add this one right here, showing that we're celebrating. And then I've got one that's going to come here for the adventure, letting 2024 in. And then this one right here. So you're probably thinking this is a really big blank space, but I'm going to bring back my trusty stamp here, and I'm going to again use my inspiration piece. So here, the new moments, new memories, new adventure, they've stamped it right here. And then beautiful new beginnings. So we've got these 2 stamp sets here that I have not used, and they fit perfectly. So this one here, I'm just going to move it over, probably in the center or probably on this side. But do you see how this fits right on my white base? And that kind of gave me the idea to change my photos. And that's why there's a blank space right here. Let's take a look at the layout now that all of the stamping is done and pretty much everything is assembled. It's all dry fitted on the 2 pages. I'm going to bring back the inspiration right here. I did stay true to the cluster that they had created. I did move stuff around because of the photos that I wanted to document, and I really wanted to add 2024. I really like how this highlights this stamped image right here. I added some pattern paper at the back, but I didn't layer it up. I didn't feel that it needed it. On this side right here, this stamp set really dictated the size of my photos, and I like the way that it's just nestled into the photos on this side. I moved this cluster right up here because my photos were different. But you know what? I like the way it turned out. I have a little bit of pattern paper right here underneath this larger photo. I'm going to go ahead and adhere everything down and I'll show you the finished layout. Let's take a look at the completed layout. I really love the way it turned out. I'm not one to use Periwinkle all that much, but for these photos, I think that they looked really great. I love that this stamp set inspired me to kind of show what's coming in 2024. Let's go through the photos really quickly. This is the 1st of January with no snow. So yes, it is a big deal, and that's what I documented right here, celebrating New Year's Eve. And then these cookies, you might be wondering, why do I have bum cookies? And that's what I call them. These have come out this year because unfortunately in 2023, I lost both my sister and my brother. And these cookies were random, they were funny, and they just brought a smile to our faces. Even though it was kind of a sad Christmas, I wanted to celebrate because I know that they would have wanted us to keep on going into 2024. I also started a new hobby for me. Now, if you have kids, you normally make puzzles with your kids, but these ones here, I'm making them for myself. And in the true Irish tradition, I am letting 2024 into my home and looking forward to better days. I hope that you've enjoyed this layout, and I hope that you've picked up a few helpful tips. If you did, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. It helps my little channel grow. And if you would like to see more inspiration using the stamp of the month, I will link my very good friend Chelsey's video she posted earlier on this week, and she documented 2023. You have 2 examples here on how you can either document 2023 or the beginning of your 2024 year. That's it for me today. I hope you have a wonderful 2024, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now. If you'd like to see more videos using the stamp of the month, I've linked one right here.